This right here is the Tamron 17-28 f2.8, and let me tell you why I think this might be the perfect lens for YouTubers and content creators. Welcome back everybody, hope you had a great day. I'm Carl Bergstorff and today we're talking about the Tamron 17-28 f2.8. When I bought my A7 III a couple of months ago, I knew I wanted to get a wide-angle zoom lens for it, for like vlogging and YouTubing and whatever. So I started watching a bunch of comparison videos, and there's basically 3 alternatives when it comes to wide-angle zoom lenses. Like if you want the normal range, which is around 16-35, you have the Tamron 17-28 f2.8, you have the 16-35 size f4, and you have the 16-35 GM. After watching a bunch of videos, the choice was pretty clear for me which one of those I wanted to get, and of course, since you're watching this right now, it was the Tamron. Before we get into it, let's just have a look here at the specs of the 3 lenses and you can compare for yourself. As you can see, in a lot of ways, the Tamron is less than the other 2 lenses, but I would like to say that this is a case of when less is more, because it got less zoom range, it doesn't have any buttons or switches, and it's not as good like material as the other 2, but they cut down on the weight, they cut down on the price, but they kept what's important, at least what's important to me. This lens, it's really sharp, it's bright 2.8, which is important to me since I live in northern Sweden. We need to get as much light here in the camera as possible because it's fucking dark almost all the time of the year. We have a couple of months in the summer where it's pretty bright, but yeah, it's horrible. Another thing that if you watched my earlier video comparing the 18-105 versus the 16-70 APS-C lenses, you know that I like a lens that does not extend, which is really nice for like gimbal stuff, and as you can see, this lens does not extend, which I believe both of the other 2 do, so big up. One thing that this lens don't have, that the Zeiss have, is OSS, which is optical steady shot in the lens, but I never felt like that's an important one since Sony's full frame cameras already have IBIS. I guess maybe the OSS and the IBIS works together and creates a bit more stable picture, I don't know about that, but I mean the IBIS is good enough on its own, so I never felt like I need OSS also in the lens. What about the autofocus? I've seen a lot of people asking in the comments in different videos about the autofocus, and personally, from my own experience, and I've read other people who own this lens confirming my experience, is the autofocus works pretty much just as good as on a native Sony lens, so I never had any problems with the autofocus on this lens. I don't think that's a thing you need to worry about, because I know on a lot of like third-party lenses the autofocus usually isn't up to par with the native lenses, but with this Tamron lens, and I think Tamron's other lenses in the trio or whatever you want to call it also has really great autofocus. When it comes to the build quality, this is made of some kind of plastic material, and it's almost like a matte rubbery feeling to it, and personally I prefer this much rather to the Zeiss metal construction, because the thing with metal, it just scratches really easily, and that's the nice thing with like this material. When you want to resell your lens later, it's easier to like maintain the value of the lens if it's just not like all scratched up like a metal lens. And the weight of a lens might not be a problem for everyone, but if you want to keep it light or you want to put it on a gimbal, this is much better. Like it's lighter and, as I said, no extension. The GM, I think it's made of some composite material, I don't even know what it's called, and of course that is going to be really high quality, but it costs so much more. It's more than double this in the price. Just in case anyone is wondering, I bought this lens with my own money and I'm not getting paid to say any of this. And it might sound like I'm trying to justify my purchase or whatever, but given all the features and the price, the size, the weight, everything with this lens, I feel like this is the perfect wide-angle zoom lens for me. Before we wrap this up, and if you're watching this before the 10th of June 2021, go down into the description to the link and enter the giveaway of the Canon M50. It's totally free, you don't have to subscribe or anything, so if you haven't done that already, make sure you don't miss out. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. I hope I could be of help to you in your decision making when it comes to getting a wide-angle zoom lens for your Sony E-mount camera. And if I did, please hit that like button, I would highly appreciate it. And maybe subscribe if you want to support my channel and see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out!